For this example, it says to determine the slope of the graph of 3 times the quantity of x squared plus y squared equals 100xy at the point 3, 1. Now, again, they couldn't say when x equals 3 like we saw before we saw relations, because at x equals 3, which is right here, there are actually two different points that you could get. So they have to say at the point 3, 1, so they know which one you're talking about, which is this one right here. Now, to write the equation of a tangent line, you need two pieces of information. You need the point, which we have, 3, 1, and we need the slope, which is going to come from our dy dx. So we still need to find our dy dx. So we want the point. We want to find the slope. Is the first thing it asks for, and then to actually write the equation of the line tangent at that point. So the first thing you want to do is actually find dy dx. So I'm going to take the derivative of this, and I'm not even going to pretend to try to solve for y first and do it explicitly. I'm going to do it implicitly. But the first thing to notice is that you have used substitution. You have the chain rule right here. So this is like taking the derivative of a 3u squared. Now, you don't have to do that. You can actually do the multiplication, do x squared plus y squared squared, simplify that, and then do it. But I think it's just faster and easier to do it this way, but whichever way you want. So the derivative of 3u squared, multiply down, subtract 1, is 6u to the first times the derivative of your inside, your u prime. So I'm going to start with 6 x squared plus y squared to the first times the derivative of the inside, it's derivative of the outside, leave your inside alone, times derivative of the inside. So that's a 2x dx dx plus 2y dy dx equals, and we need the derivative of the right hand side. Well, this is two functions multiplied. You have two variables multiplied right here, so you have to use the product rule. The 100x will be the first function I use, and the y is the second function. So my product rule will be the first function times the derivative of the second plus the second function times the derivative of the first. So first function is 100x times derivative of the second, dy dx, plus the second function, y, times the derivative of the first, 100. So this is the equation we will use to get our dy dx, but notice it didn't ask for you to actually solve for dy dx. What it asked for was the slope at this point. Because it didn't ask you to solve for dy dx, I don't actually have to do that as a first step. I can go straight to plugging this point in and then solving for dy dx, so that'll take care of a lot of the algebra. Now, if it had asked for us to solve for dy dx, what you have to do is actually get this dy dx out of this inside parenthesis, and you would do that by distributing and getting rid of the parentheses in general. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go straight to plugging in the point. So this is 6, and then my x value is 3. So 3 squared is 9. My y value is 1, plus 1. And you can see that already I have 9 plus 1 is 10, times 6 is 60 to take the place of all of that. And then we have 2 times the x value, 6, plus 2 times the y value, which is 2 times 1, 2, times dy dx, equals 100x, so 100 times 3, 300, times dy dx. And then our y value is 1, so plus 1 times 100 is 100. Simple solving here. I know that this right here is 60. I can distribute the 60. I still have to get rid of these parentheses, but it's a lot easier now. So I have 60 times 6 is 360, plus 120 dy dx equals 300 dy dx plus 100. Now I'm going to move the 120 dy dx to this side. I could move the 300 this way, but I like positive numbers, so I will subtract the 120 dy dx, which means I'm going to move the 100 to this side, so I'm going to subtract the 100 over here and cancel this out and cancel this out. So I have 360 minus 100 is 260 equals 300 minus 120 is 180 dy dx. To solve for dy dx, I will just divide both sides by 180. that cancels out. You can divide both by 10, so it cancels out the 0, and this reduces to 13/9. So my slope, my m, at this point is 13/9. So the equation of my line tangent will be y equals 13/9 times x minus 3, the point has been shifted 3 to the right, and up 1, so plus 1. That's the end of that problem.